Hey everyone, Slayer here to introduce Nasty and Friends from BDC Studios, a podcast where two friends who met in the Army Reserves get together and talk about shit. One's a firefighter and the other has a funny laugh. So sit back, get rid of your kids, and hold on to your because it's about to get nasty, friends.
Welcome to Nasty and Friends with Pagnasty and Spicy Motherfucking Brown.
Oh shit, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nasty and Friends podcast. I am Spicy Motherfucking Brown. With me is my main man, Pagnasty.
Sup, bitches?
Episode 39, we're in BDC Studios, kicking back after a long weekend of podcasting and eating, feasting, living the dream, getting into sex stuff, masturbation stuff. Shit's been real if you've been listening the last few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. We say it every weekend. It could be the best set of podcasts we've put out.
Jesus.
Dude, we were after Tarzan left last night. Last week for you guys. we were we sat here after like the editing was done, and we sat here for like 20 minutes. But like, this is why we podcast. And this is the reason why we want to do this. So we have this. We haven't seen those motherfuckers in years.
Long time.
I mean, definitely a couple years for Tarzan, probably more than that. And it's been like I said, I think it was Harris's bachelor party last time I saw Whiny, and that was I think they've been married for over a year now. So. So it's been a minute, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it was so good. If you didn't listen to episode 38, 37, check them out. This is Sunday morning, so it's a little bit more chill. We're not even drinking. You got a long drive to do after the podcast.
Yeah.
The last two episodes, so good. Whiny killed it. He's one of the best storytellers we know. He's so good. Tarzan talked about his experience being a young man. Talked about his deployment to Romania. Talked about being a college kid. Talked about crushing puss. Talked about masturbation. So it was a phenomenal weekend. Like you said, this is why we do it, man. To bring people together and to have fun and talk about old stories, talk shit, and fuck around.
Yeah, absolutely, perfect.
So we've been chilling. We've been talking about Netflix today. Bumping some Lil Moco, bumping some Drake. We got some Q&A that we're going to get into, which is one of our favorite things to do on the fucking show. As far as Netflix goes, I talked about it, Khalif Browder, a bunch. That's finally on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Just be warned, it's a tough watch. It's a fucked up deal, but I think everybody should watch it, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's on my queue. I gotta finish, like I said, season 3 of Narcos, and then I'm also watching this. It's a half-hour original Netflix show. It's called Disjointed. It's about these people who own like a marijuana shop, and I mean, it's like a slapstick comedy. Like, I mean, there's like applause or like laughter. There's a laugh track and stuff, and it's definitely made for like stoners, and it's not the greatest, but there are some good parts to it. So I got to get through that. I usually just watch that when I'm super faded. So then it's just like, it's kind of perfect in that way. But get through that, and then maybe I'll jump into that. But like, I know you said I might maybe watch an episode, take like a couple weeks off, and get there, because I think it's like 6 parts or something like that. So,
it is. It is. I saw Disjointed on there. I haven't watched it.
Like I said, if you don't, you're not missing anything. So
me and Camus just got done watching Ozarks. We thought that was fantastic. Jason Bateman's good and everything. God, his wife, and I can't think of her name. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
It bothers me. It's early in the morning. We're groggy. We went. I didn't go to bed I didn't hit the bed till 3 a.m. last night. So
yeah, same here. And I didn't even go to bed right away.
Yeah,
so
after going hard in the paint, but she's a great actress. Usually I would know her fucking name. Fuck it, it's all good. On Netflix, on my watch list, I got The Keepers, which has to do with like a...
You haven't seen that yet?
I haven't seen that yet.
I thought you guys watched it. I almost asked Cam about it because we were talking a little bit about religion and stuff last night. And then I asked if I was going to ask, but I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they told me that they saw it, but it was... must have been the Beemans that I was thinking of, because I know they watched it for sure because it's telling them about it. So
yeah, a bunch of people told me about it so far, and it's been on the list.
It's another downer too. Like, I mean, it's good, but and it's very interesting, but you're gonna feel some, like, you're gonna be all over the place. It's fucking
okay.
Yeah.
And that's what we like. We like crime stuff. We like documentary stuff, you know. Mostly that's what I like. There's another good documentary. So anyway, so back to Keepers.
Right.
Definitely, it's been on the watch list. We were just, I think that was the next thing to watch. And then we, like, fuck, let's just do Ozark. So we switch gears because I know it's going to be more entertaining than, it's not going to be as real, as dramatic.
Right.
You know? So I think that's next to watch. It's tough to get time to watch shit together.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
So we got to pick carefully what we decide to get into. And that's perfect. It's tougher. Like I was telling you about Shameless, and you're like, yeah. And I'm the same way, dude. Like if somebody recommends something, I'm like, well, how long is it? If it's one season, that's why, like Ozarks, multiple people are like, watch it. I'm like, oh, it's fucking 10 episodes, done.
Right.
Stranger Things was the same way.
Right.
Oh, it's fucking 10 episodes, done. You know, you just watch one episode, either that's it or we're finishing this, you know.
Definitely.
But if it's a show when somebody's like, watch this, and you're like, well, how long is it? Well, it's 8 seasons deep. You're just like, you know what? That's a whole fucking summer, man.
Right. Yeah, and it's fine. And like a lot of the times, like because JPEGs wakes up earlier than me, and I don't need as much sleep as she does. Like once G goes to bed, and then she goes to bed. Like I mean, there's shows that I watch that she doesn't because I don't go to bed for another hour or two.
Okay.
Sometimes 2.5. So yeah, I mean, I just knock out stuff then. But I do watch a lot of TV. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But what else am I going to do during the week? Like at home and stuff. So I probably should get a hobby, but hobbies cost money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Real quick, the actress from Ozarks is Laura Linney.
Oh, okay.
She's in fucking everything. She's so good. Yeah, dude. I was telling you about Shameless.
There's a lot of people who watch that.
Shameless is so good. And it's about this family on the south side of Chicago.
Okay, because I didn't even know what it's about. Like, I've seen it, and I haven't read anything on it.
Oh, man,
But it's still going, right? It's not a Star show that just happens to be on Netflix.
It's Showtime.
Oh, it's Showtime.
And I want to say season 9 is going to be coming out here between October and February, somewhere around there.
It seems like, I mean, for having 9 seasons, to me, it seems like it just recently caught on. You know what I mean? I'm sure they had they have a nice, good cult original following.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had to have if they got up to 9 seasons, but I've really only heard about it in the past year.
Okay.
And I don't know,
maybe that's because it hit Netflix.
Yeah, that's probably.
I think a lot of people probably don't have Showtime anymore.
Right.
I don't know. Just most of the people I know don't have Showtime.
Right.
At the Firehouse. At the Firehouse, we pay for our own cable, and every Firehouse has every cable channel. But we pay for that. It's not like the city's paying for it.
Right.
So that's one of the shows that there's certain shows that almost everybody watches. Like if you run around, like for a while, I was running to different firehouses before I got my assignment. I bid my assignment with seniority kind of deal. That was one. So I would catch it here and there. Right. And then the station I'm at now, I've been at the same firehouse for about 4 years now. That's my house. We all watch it. We watch it together. We try to watch it together. Right. You know what I mean? So on the intercom, like, hey, Shameless. And then, of course, people leave, get calls, and it just depends if we pause it or not. Or they're going to have to watch it on their own. Like, we don't have time for this shit. So from there, people kept talking about it to Camus. Camus started watching it. And then I think she got through like 1 or 2 seasons, and I'm like, I want to watch it with you because there's a lot of episodes I missed.
Right.
So then we watched it together, and then so we caught up on Netflix, and then there's one season that had just came out that's not on Netflix that like they always do the same thing with Always Sunny.
Right.
Once the new season starts, the last season will go to Netflix. So we got the Fire Stick. So on the Fire Stick we were able to watch the last season of
nice.
Shameless, and now we're all the way caught up, and now we're waiting on the new season. It's William H. Macy's the dad. He's a fucking legit degenerate. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The whole family is fucked up. I mean, they steal stuff. They go to jail. They're on drugs. Like Frank Gallagher. He's William H. Macy, who he plays fucking perfect.
Right.
I mean, he smokes crack. He shoots needles. Like he's a legit degenerate.
Jesus.
At the same time, sometimes he's likable.
Okay.
Other than that, he's a real piece of shit.
Right.
I think where everybody's at now is you hope he dies.
Yeah. Is it funny?
It's everything. So actually what's actually pretty funny is the same thing as The Office. This was a British show. And some people don't know that.
Okay.
So The Office was a British show.
That did well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
America took it, did their version, it did well. Shameless started in like a shitty part of London. I don't know, what part, or England. I'm pretty sure it was in London, and it was the same exact. And so I actually I did both. I went to the British version of The Office. You can't do it.
Right.
Can't do it. Same thing with Shameless. It was funny because it's all the same names, like Frank Gallagher and Fiona.
But
they were like the slum part of fucking Britain where you can't even hardly understand what they're saying. They're in the fucking hood,
Right.
But either way, it came from that, and the show's just so good, and it's everything, dude. So it's drama, it's comedy, it's just real as fuck,
Yeah.
And you end up rooting for these people, and
I'm pumped to watch it.
It's so good,
Right.
like so good. So definitely, and I understand, dude. That's a tough commitment, man. You're like 9 seasons, motherfucker.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it's been in my queue. But the thing
Right.
is like, other stuff comes out that I want to stay on top of.
Right,
So,
right.
Like Narcos, like I don't want to wait till I try to watch 2 seasons of that and shit. So it'll be one of those that I'll like try to watch it a season at a time. If something else comes out, I'll jump over there and then do it that way. But because I have a show like I said, I'll just find stuff to watch. Like, I've always wanted to watch White Collar, and it was a USA show, and like that's one that I watch. It's just like my I'll just get like super faded and watch, and so but that's if I don't have anything else. So like right now, because Narcos came out, then I jumped to that, and then but that's like 8 seasons, and that's done. That's been done for a while, and I think I'm on. I think when I go back, I'll start on either season 3 or 4.
Okay.
But again, once I'll watch, and I'll get through that, I'll make sure I watch that entire season, and then if something else comes out, then I'll jump to that and finish it, and then that's like my fallback. So I think I'll probably do that with Shameless after I get through. So it might be a couple years before I get to it, but yeah, for sure.
I might start watching Narcos. Me and Candace watched it, and then we just kind of started watching something else.
Right.
I might just, because there's shows that I watch just me, and then there's stuff like I watch with Candace,
Well, that's the same thing with JPEGs, and the thing with JPEGs, like I could sit down and like watch TV for like all day if I had, because I love
I'm the
TV.
same way.
Like I get into it, and like that's like my thing, which I hate because it's not a good thing to have. But
there's nothing. I think a lot of people are like that. I mean, what are you gonna do? Go shopping? Or I mean, there's only certain things you could do.
Right.
I'm the same way, man. Honestly, I don't like to be around people all the time.
Right.
I like to be at home. If it's up to me, I could be at home, like when I have my days off, I could be at home the whole time and never leave and be fine with it, other than going to the store.
Right.
I go to things, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to be around people.
Yeah, but it's just, and
especially
I think that's
strangers.
Just,
especially
absolutely.
a lot of people.
I think that's just when you get older and stuff. But like, I mean, thank God JPEGs is like this, because I mean that's probably what our entire relationship would be, and it can't be based around TV. But like, if we have a weekend off, which is rarely come fall, but if we sit there, like we'll watch TV like 4 hours, and she'll be like, hey, we got to go do something. Like I can't just sit here and finish watching it. So we have a lot of shows that we watch together that we just. Like, it just takes us forever to get through.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's fucking love TV.
I do too, man. And right now I'm watching a lot of football, and then
see, that's what also slows us down. Because like tonight, like as of October 8th, because that's when we're recording this. Like the Chiefs, they're playing Sunday Night Football, so I'll get home and we won't catch up. We'll just watch the Chiefs game, of course. But
and what's funny is like when I do go to events, like we were at a birthday party a couple Saturdays ago, we're watching the Husker game, and the adults are drinking and kind of talking, and I love bringing it up, like, what are you guys watching on Netflix? And everybody's like, oh shit, well, we're watching Ozarks. We're watching Ozarks. Are you watching Shameless? A lot of people I know are watching Shameless now. I think the Beemans were talking about it when we were down there for the eclipse, and then Camus's sister Becca, she's watching it, and then so at this party, a bunch of people were watching Shameless. So I'm like, well, where are you at? And they're like, season 5, like. And I don't want to, like, did so-and-so go to jail?
Right.
Or did this happen? So I'm always like, well, what's happening in season 5? And they're like, oh, this.
This is when the aliens get
Yeah. So then you're kind of like, oh, yeah. Because off the top of my head, you say season 6 or 7. I'm like, I don't even remember what's going on. So it's fun talking about that stuff. And then you also get good ideas.
Right.
Like, oh, somebody will be like, well, we watched this, and it's about this. And I'm like, oh, shit, that sounds good.
Good.
Recently, right now, I'm watching this Vietnam documentary.
Okay.
It just came out probably in the last month, and it's done by Ken Burns, who's a phenomenal documentary maker. He's done other wars. He's fantastic. It's on any TV, PBS. I got the PBS app. It's 10 episodes, and it's as thorough as a Vietnam documentary as you're gonna get.
Okay.
I mean, it's 10 episodes. Each episode is an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Jesus.
And it goes deep into it goes deep into Vietnam, where like the first episode is how France occupied Vietnam for about 100 years, and then Japan occupied it for a little bit, and then then America went in there because of communism and began the war in the 60s. Obviously, you can go. It's about the U.S. war with Vietnam. Obviously, It doesn't go back to when China invaded,
Right.
thousands of years ago. It's about the American war in Vietnam, but it does talk about some of the history with France occupying it 100 years before that, and then it goes into having advisors over there. It's such a good documentary because it's thorough and it covers everything. So it covers why everything started, what was going on with communism and Russia and China and then Vietnam, and then it goes into politics, it goes into the protests, it goes into drafting, the social equality back then, where it was like, if you had money, if you were white, you probably aren't going to go to the draft. It shows the Bush, the young, not HW, but W, how he was in the reserves. If you were white and wealthy, you could go to the reserves and not deploy and just fucking do your time. But if you were poor, if you were a minority, you're going to the fucking war immediately. And then they beefed up to 10,000 troops a month, to 30,000 troops a month. So even college kids started getting drafted. And that's when the protests really started. And then when people were seeing like, minorities are this much of the population, but as far as people dying in in Vietnam,
too many wars,
unfortunately. But when it came to the death ratio, they're like, what the fuck? Like, if we're not good enough to, and this is during equal rights and all that stuff. It's like, if we're not good enough to do this shit, how are we good enough to die for you? And a lot of it is protest, and then a lot of it is actual, combat footage, stories from guys, pilots, helicopter pilots, grunts, special forces, advisors. It has a lot of combat footage, and
Jesus. What's it called again?
Vietnam. I want to say it's, I don't know. It's a Ken Burns documentary. I think it's called Vietnam something, American something. If you Googled it, you'd be able to find it. But if you like war documentaries, if you like documentaries in general, it's really, really good. It's thorough. Like I said, it's like some of these episodes are about 2 hours, and so it goes like from 67 to 69, and it goes in order, but it covers all aspects, politics with Nixon and LBJ and John F. Kennedy, and it's real thorough, and I think it's fantastic. So I got like 2.5 episodes left of that to watch, but so far I'm deep into that.
Yeah, you love documentaries, and you love like war history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it's really good, and it's unfortunate. I mean, they're talking about death numbers, and it just a lot of things I didn't know, because I've watched Vietnam movies, documentaries, I've read books, but like this is everything. So there's a lot of things I didn't know, like just how fucked up everything was from the beginning. Like the South Vietnam was robbing the military and set up a black market, and America knew it. They were trying to restructure the South Vietnam, and they kept having coups to take leadership, and then the U.S. is like, this is who we want in there, and everything from the beginning was a shit show, from the beginning to the end. These wars, and no real objectives, just death counts and death ratios to see who was winning, and poor exit strategies, and just young men dying and getting injured, and everybody like, why the fuck are we over there? And now everybody's like, we're on the wrong fucking side.
Right. Yep, absolutely.
They're fighting to keep their country. They're tired of being occupied, and we're just fighting, It was a real shit show. Respect to any, all military veterans and combat veterans. And check it out. So
yeah, absolutely. We'll have to do that. Well, after that exciting, non-soul draining rant there, is there anything else that you're watching? After that, I mean, currently, besides talk about anything that you see on the horizon that you want to get into?
Well, I'm really I want to talk about movies for a second, and then there's a couple things. So, like I talked about before, I'm a huge horror movie buff.
Right.
This is my favorite time of year, because football's on, cold weather's here. Fire pits,
horror
movies are coming out. So I just saw it about a week ago. I liked it. I didn't think it was that scary, but I really did like it. Before that, I saw Annabelle Recreation. I thought that was really, really well done. That's part of that series where it was The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Recreation, and I'm not sure what's next in that franchise.
Okay.
But all those are some of the best horror movies at all time.
Really?
They're that
Yeah.
good. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
No, because like I said, it's not usually my genre. And
I know.
It's just I get freaked out, and I like it's.
It's-
But I mean, I appreciate a good movie and
Yeah.
stuff, and I appreciate a good horror movie. But it's just something that I don't.
Okay.
I go towards more action or comedy.
Yeah.
So
The Conjuring, like it's so hard to make a good scary movie. There's very few of them that are out there. The Conjuring, when The Conjuring came out, I'm like, this is next level shit. It's on a different level, and then they kept it going. All those are good. Insidious is the same way. They've done 3 chapters of that, all really, really good. And it might be the same director. Insidious Chapter 4 is on its way out.
Right.
Leatherface has a new one coming out. It looks like it's going to be legit.
See, I might want to watch that one just because of the old school.
Yeah.
Like, just out of like I would like to watch the current It movie just because.
Yeah.
Like, just the classics. So.
You have to watch it. Did you watch any of the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacres?
Yes.
Okay, with Jessica Biel, and then there's one with Jordana Brewster.
Yeah, yep.
Arlie Emery is scary as fuck.
Like I said, a lot of the old school ones, like I watch, and again, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I just like to watch them out of respect and just see their takes that you haven't seen those older ones. So.
Yeah, they're frightening, man. I like the old ones. I like the new ones a lot more. There was one of the last ones that came out is an underrated one. It came out as 3D. Nobody fucking has a 3D.
Right.
But it has Alexandria Daddario. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
I mean, if I saw her, but
She's on the episode of Always Sunny when they meet the Blue Bloods.
Oh, okay.
She's the brunette who falls in love with Charlie.
Oh,
and he's
okay,
like,
yeah.
One does not simply, that's her. She's absolutely gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
She's also in True Detective. She shows her boobies. She's beautiful. She's in Baywatch. She's in a few things. She's in that earthquake movie or whatever with The Rock that I never saw, but I almost watched.
San Andreas?
San Andreas, yeah. I almost watched it because of her, but I just never did it. But she's in, I think, her, and there's a rapper in there. I can't remember if it's Trey Songz or somebody, but that's a really good Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think that was the last one, and now Leatherface is coming out soon. Like I said, Insidious Chapter 4 is coming out. There's the last chapter of the Saw franchise, and I don't know if that's 7 or 8. They got shitty.
Yeah, I've watched every single Saw movie because with our we done, I think before the last one or before the second to last one that came out, we did where the 2 days before we watched all the Saw movies and then went to the theater and watched it. So it was fucking awesome.
I probably didn't watch the last 2 of them because to me it looked like it was getting shitty. I don't know if that was. I remember when we were in Wisconsin back in 2009, we watched 4 of them.
Right, and, yeah, absolutely.
But, so the new Saw, the final chapter comes out, and that looks legit. So this is the time for horror movies to come out, and there's probably some more that I'm forgetting, but I'm excited to see those. As far as shows, highly anticipated for me, Stranger Things. Season 2 is going to be out, just in a few weeks.
From now it's probably out.
Oh, it's probably out. Yeah,
at this point, but dude, we're pumped. It'll take us a while to get to it, but we watched the first because Mikey told us about it. He's like, you need to watch it, and then that's when, right as he told me that's when I think it was blowing up. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that show before, so we'll definitely watch it. I just don't know when we'll get to it. Yeah. But another show, and I know I've talked about this with you before, and I don't know if you ever started it or not, but have you ever watched any seasons of Ballers?
Yes.
The Rock?
Yes.
Are you caught up? Because season 3 just ended not long ago.
No, I've only watched the first 2 episodes of maybe the first 3 episodes of season 3. The guys at work are done with it. And
what do you mean they're done with it?
I don't know. I liked the first season. The second season I thought was okay. They stopped. I don't know.
Dude, it's one of my all-time favorite shows, dude. I absolutely love it. I don't think they have fallen off at all. Honestly, I think it just gets better and better.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like most people, I absolutely love The Rock.
Yeah.
And yes, everybody knows he's not the greatest actor, but I mean, for what he's
good
doing, he's good.
And Rob Corddry is great on there too.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Ballers is the best thing he's ever done.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. If you're not watching, I'm telling you, watch it, finish it. To me, it is fantastic, and the way that it ends this season, I mean, it's It's phenomenal.
I know they're trying to get the NFL team in Vegas, and they got that going on. I like it, and I'm like, my thing is like, it's fucking 30 minutes. Let's just stay with it. And other guys are like, I don't know
how they can write it off, man.
They stopped showing boobies and making it as funny. I think is how they see it.
It's still funny all the time.
Yeah, I like it, and I was like, let's just fucking keep going.
Respectfully, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I'm like, it's 30 minutes. You know, it's not like.
So
I think there's only one guy that really watches it. So we watched the first 3 episodes of this season, and since then we've been watching other stuff at work. So, but no, and what is that Showtime also? HBO. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Ballers, it's 3 seasons deep. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely
just the aspect
phenomenal.
of how I imagine it's pretty close to real life.
Yeah, because I mean, stuff that goes on in real life, they put on the show. Like that's the best part about it.
Because they're financial advisors, agents for NFL players, and there's a lot of the on-field shit, contracts, business stuff off the field, getting in trouble off the field, knocking broads up, all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, it's great.
It covers everything. So
absolutely, and they do a big angle on CTE and like concussions and shit in this season, and it's great. So definitely watch it. Anybody that says it's not as good as it was, I honestly don't understand that because like I think it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's solid, and I love all the cameos that's in it.
Right.
Every fucking person's been in Ballers. You know what I mean? From rappers like Travis Scott was in. The episode when they were gambling at the craps table, and Dominican Sue, and there's tons of actors and rappers. And
they get it all.
NFL
great
players,
cameos.
Great cameos,
it's the best, and it's just absolutely phenomenal.
To NFL coaches, to NFL owners, like everybody's in them.
Yep, so, like the chick who the Rock who's banging in the show, Serinda Swan, she's absolutely fucking gorgeous, and she played in Graceland, and I think there's only 3 seasons. That was a USA show,
okay,
and they canceled that after the 3rd season, and that was a fucking phenomenal show as well. But she played, I think her name was Paige in that show, and that's how I know her from. So when I saw that she was going to be on Ballers, I was like, even fucking better. So watch it.
Watch it.
What
else, dude? Anything else you watching? Or you would recommend?
Dude, I fucking watch so much TV. I like we talked about with Whiny South Park for sure.
Yeah.
They're fucking what they're doing is absolutely phenomenal. So I know Family Guy just started back up last week at the time of this recording. So I always suggest those just because they're funny. You know, they're stupid.
Oh yeah.
You know, like to turn your brain off. What else? No, I mean, I watched, like I said, my wife and we just watched some, some shit, nothing that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, if you're into, like, superhero stuff, like The Flash and Arrow, they're getting ready to start up this week, and Spencer had told me about that, and he watched it, so he's like, you need to hurry up and catch up so you can watch it live. So I would watch it in, because they were on Netflix, and the way that it works is the Arrow was out, like 2 or 3 seasons, and then they started up The Flash.
Okay.
But then it's like you watch 1 episode of Arrow, then go to The Flash because they cross over a lot.
Okay.
And so I did that, and then I finally got caught up to now we watch it live. So if you like that superhero stuff, the thing about Arrow, it was great first couple seasons, and then it like kind of dropped off. But this last season, I think it was season 4, it's like one of the better seasons.
Somebody else, I can't remember who it was. Somebody else was telling me about Arrow.
Yeah.
And they were digging it.
Yeah. Stephen Amell, he plays Arrow, and he's great. But, yeah, I love that stuff. So, if you're into the superhero stuff. And then I watch all, like, Jessica Jones, just like Luke Cage, like Daredevil, I watched that. And then Iron Fist, which is absolutely awful. But, like, the guy who plays... I don't know his name in real life, but the guy who plays Danny Rand in Iron Fist. And it's like a big commitment, but like I said, if there's nothing, at night, and I just watch an episode here or there. And JPEX wanted to watch The Defenders, but we only got the first episode of that watch. Hopefully, it's only 8 episodes of the first season, and that's where like all the 4 of them come together. So, like, those are just fun to watch. So if anybody has any interest in that, but that would be about it. Man.
Nice. Yeah, that's a lot, man. My watch list is full on Netflix. Not full, literally, but it's a ton of stuff on there.
And then you got to like throw in the comedy hours and shit that come in. So
yeah, man.
It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, and then football. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So, yeah, dude, I'm gonna finish season 2 of Narcos and start watching season 3. I gotta finish the Vietnam documentary, and then me and Camus are definitely gonna watch The Keepers. We've been talking about it. We were talking about it. We put it on hold for Ozarks. And it's so fun watching a show like that.
Yeah, it is.
And then once you finish the last episode and you talk about it, and then you're like, fuck, now what? You got this emptiness.
You got it's called the Showhole.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. There's I think a DirecTV commercial about it or something. But yeah, once you enter something, it's a Showhole, and then you just got to fill it with something else.
Yeah.
So, but it is. Yeah, you're like,
that
oh.
feeling.
So now, I'm trying to get through. Like I said, through Narcos. So, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. So,
Hey, quit playing with your dinghy.
Sorry, I got an itch, dog.
Yeah, because I'd always
Plus, just staring at you.
Yeah, hey, we'd be like cooking and shit, and I'd like whisper in her ear like, "We're gonna watch episode 9 tonight."
Yeah, splat.
Squish. Yeah, dude. So okay, sorry, it's the whatever hole.
The Showhole.
Showhole. Okay.
Yeah, it's that emptiness you feel after you finish the show.
Yeah, dude. So we're gonna. Yeah, again, we're right in the middle of the weekend, so we got football tonight. We got football Monday. I'm sure next week we'll probably start up the keepers at some point.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, keep me updated. Like,
Okay.
text me and shit. Like, once you either finish it or like when you're getting through,
Okay.
and whenever you have those what the fuck moments.
Yeah.
Or do you? I mean, I know. Do you kind of know what it's about?
A little bit. I know it's about a nun and a murder and the church covering things up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't know if you had heard, because it's a pretty big deal. So I didn't know if you knew.
No, other than-
before.
no.
Yeah. Just you got the premise. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Just
Have you watched the movie? I know it's along the movie Spotlight.
No.
Oh man, dude, it's also about the church. It's about scandal. It's a true story that came out of Boston, where they started uncovering the sex, child abuse stuff with the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And
Do you remember any names from it? Cause
no,
okay.
Michael Keaton is one of the main. It's a true story on the newspaper.
Right.
Spotlight was part of I want to say the Boston Globe, and they did investigations, and then they started investigating the church. Mm-hmm. Tons of roadblocks, all sorts of shit. They uncovered a gigantic conspiracy, which is the Catholic Church fucks kids.
Right.
Which is true. I mean, it really happened, and this is a movie based on that. And it's disgusting. At the end of it, they list names and countries, cities where scandals had happened, and it's a list hundreds long.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely
Spoiler
frightening.
alert, you son of a bitch.
Shit. But anyway, check that out. I know you're a big Michael Keaton fan like me.
Right.
Check out Spotlight. It again, tough watch.
Yeah.
To know that it's real.
Yeah, keepers. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough for sure. Especially in the line of work that you and Cam are in.
Yeah,
it's
it's close to home.
Sure.
And people aren't up in arms about it still. Like people are still getting triggered about people silently kneeling at the national anthem.
Right.
But there's priests fucking kids, and people are like, well,
Uncle Diddle's over there. Is,
right. Yeah, but that happens. But anyway, check that out. So. All right, man. I think we move on to some because we could talk. We could talk about movies and fucking Netflix all day.
Yeah.
I think we should get into some Q&A.
Yeah. We'll get some questions and then knock out. We'll see how far we got. So some people sending questions. So thank you to people who sent questions to nastyandfriends@gmail.com. And then Cam got a ton of questions from her work. Now you said that she was like trying to, or like she told them like a specific reason, or do you remember, or like do they know it's for a podcast?
No. She's I think after maybe, but she says when she asks people, and they know it's for a podcast, they try to get funnier or try to do too much. So I can't remember if she asked them just. I need questions for something else, and she didn't say it was a podcast. So I don't know what these questions are going to be like from those. Either way, I'm actually nervous, dude, because we haven't done this in months. I don't know. We never look at the questions.
No, the only person who knows what they are Cam every time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we see them come in, so I know who sends them in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they even give like a little preview, but it's like 3 or 4 words, and I don't even read them. I mean, maybe I'll read it just because I happen to like see it, but no idea what they are. We don't know. I mean, it may take us like 20 seconds to answer a question. You may send us down some stories. You guys know how it is, but we love it. So thanks for everybody who sent them in. Keep sending them in because I think we kind of discussed it yesterday, but I think next time we get together, podcast weekend, we should have the hot sauce by then, and I think that's when we run the gauntlet again. So that's gonna be, and we definitely need questions that we can not remember answering because we're so high.
Oh my god,
from the fucking stuff.
Sure.
So well, go ahead, man. You start her off.
Oh shit! Like I said, I'm nervous.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. Oh, this is easy. This question is from Melanie, and it says, if you had to change your name, what would you change it to?
Ooh.
Well, for me, it's Spicy.
right.
Spicy Brown. I'd keep my last name, but it would be, Spicy Brown for sure.
Dude, that's great. Now, this is kind of like thinking about it. So I love my name.
Yeah.
So like my first name is my mom's maiden name. I mean, I would say it's not an uncommon name. Like you hear it like, but it's not very, like you don't meet a lot of, Pagnastys out there. So, but and so my first name is Martin. So for a lot of people, like you don't meet a lot, but that's not like an uncommon name. So
right.
I do love my name. I'm not one of those, if I could change it, but if I had to, I do have an alias I go by. I'm not, it. I told you about it. That's out if, I go out drinking in town or whatever. And which is funny, I never had an alias before up until like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I've never got to use it. It's not like I go out and like use it so I can cheat on my wife or anything,
Yeah.
I just cheat in front of her. But
You're not gonna. It's around Mexico.
right. But if I had to, I think I would keep it. Like I really do like my first name. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe it'd be something fucking ridiculous. I'd change it to Bruce Wayne. Yeah, absolutely.
Call me Bruce.
Yeah. So yeah, I think if I had to, if you can't keep your name, definitely Bruce Wayne Pagnasty.
Okay.
For
sure. I love it, man. I should have saw that coming. I don't know why I didn't see it.
I don't know. I had to talk it out to get it out. Sometimes that's the way it goes.
You're not gonna drop your other AKA?
I mean, I can. I mean, like I said,
I don't want to pressure you.
I've never used it, but I mean, I guess the no, what? Let's just keep it a mystery. I won't drop it. Maybe I'll drop it in the future. So
okay. I'll drop mine because I've done it before. But every now and then I go by Chico Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I do that. Cams has a couple aliases too. So when we go out of town, we keep it low profile. But I won't drop hers. But it's a good one.
Yeah.
And I'm Chico. So, that's that. Melanie, thanks for the question.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
And that's good. You have to have backups, If you're in a different town, you can't.
No.
Bruce Wayne Pagnasty can't be out there giving him a bad name.
Right.
So,
yeah, dude.
For sure.
That was a great question because for me, it was easy as fuck. And it was a good warm-up question.
Yeah,
we didn't
have
to go deep. Yeah.
I like it. All right. Here we go. You fucking son of a bitch. Okay, so this is from Chubbs.
Okay.
So shouts out Chubbs. Oh my God. Thank God we had that warm up question because we're gonna need it after this one. So what he said, he goes, this is his PS and then his PSS. I'll read those first, then I'll read the question.
Okay.
So it's like, fuck, Chubbs, you asshole. Said, I got this from the internet, and it says, I'm single as fuck, so I don't have to worry about this shit.
Okay.
So that's what he says. So the question is, it says, your wife/girlfriend switched bodies with your mom. The only way to get them back in the right body was to fuck one of them. Who would you fuck?
Oh my God, dude.
Fucking savage. He's coming with the fire.
You motherfucker.
So I'll read it again. So it says your wife, girlfriend switched bodies with your mom. So that'd be like JPEG's is in my mom's body,
right.
My mom's body is in JPEG's body. But to get them to switch back, you had to have sex with one of them. Which one do you do?
Like I don't know. I would maybe just break contact with both of them.
Right. Get a divorce. Be like, I'm done.
Like, you know what? This is your fault. I didn't do this.
Right.
Like, you got yourself into this.
Like,
this is a deal
breaker. Why you gotta be doing some of this Freaky Friday shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like that's almost a deal breaker. So then at this point, you're like, you know what? We could say friends.
Right.
And you could still be my mom, but.
So let's talk this through.
And I feel like Chubbs is a real dick. And then I feel like I need a drink.
Right.
It's noon. And
right.
I don't want to start drinking right now. I got stuff I got to do.
Right.
I don't know where are you, and that's not my final answer. I'm just
we're gonna talk it through. Yeah. We have to talk it through because it's a fucking phenomenal question. I mean, he's a dick for doing it, but that's a great. He got it from the internet, and I love that he's like, I'm single as fuck. I don't have to worry about it. So he's doing something like, no, you guys are in this situation. Your back's up against the corner. So I like that he's putting us in this corner.
Right.
So obviously, oh my God. So you would think. So let's just take so it would be JPEG's body. So you have that, that's what you're used to. JPEG's and I have been together for 10 years, so I know that. But mean, that might be I think maybe the easiest to get through. Like, because like you could be like, don't talk, don't look at me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just,
Yeah.
that'd be weird. But like in the back of your mind, the whole time, you know, you're plowing your mom.
Yeah.
And like that, but the thing is I think, let's put it this way. You cannot gouge out your mind's eye.
Right.
So, like, knowing
Right.
visually, if you can just look, this is my wife.
Right.
Like, for me, this is my wife.
Yeah.
I can get through that.
Yeah.
That's going to be my answer. And I know that's sick as fuck to think about.
No, that's the best.
But I think that's the best choice.
Of the two evils, that's the best one.
Right. So, I that's what I go through.
And you could. I mean, that's what drugs are for.
Right.
In some cases, you
Nobody said you had to be sober
right,
doing it
right.
either.
So for like you would maybe want to get blackout drunk, and then whoever you choose to plow might want to be on something else. Even they want to be almost damn near unconscious.
Right.
So
But,
it's fucked
but
up.
that's not rape because it's agreed upon.
It's agreed upon.
Right. So to get them back in the right bodies I think that's what I have to do. Because if you just get drunk, then you're like, oh, this is what I'm used to. Just don't talk.
Right.
Don't look at me. Just don't look at me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a fucking.
That's a fucked up question.
Great question.
Great question.
But then, if, like the other way, I mean, you know, it's like it's your wife there, but just I don't think you can get over the visual. And like I said, even if you gouge out your eyes, you can't gouge out your mind's eye. So not that. I'm not even gonna go there. So I'm just saying. I don't think I wouldn't be able to do the other way. Just absolutely no way.
Right.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah,
So
that's the best answer for sure.
You're still just like deuces.
No. I would do the same exact thing. I would just say and then you like don't talk, don't look at me. We got drugs on board.
Right.
We're gonna get through this, and then things will go back to normal. And man.
I'm on the devil's lettuce. I'm on the captains. I'm on the ecstasy. I'm on the cocaines.
Yeah.
Like we're not. Yeah, that's what you have to. Maybe not the cocaines because you wanted to get it over as soon as possible.
There's a drug that we use in paramedicine. It's called Versed, and it's used for pain, but it also has an amnesia effect.
Okay.
So like when you cardiovert somebody or shock somebody, we use it for RSI when you pretty much paralyze somebody in rapid sequence intubation. Versed has an amnesia effect, so it takes away pain, and then you kind of forget about what happened. So you
load me up
with some Versed, and hopefully you can't recall some of the.
And what kind of sick fuck website, Chubbs, were you on to get that from the internet?
Let us know.
I bet that he was on. Because Chubbs is such a disgusting sick fuck. He's the type that reads the comments in porn videos, and I bet that's where he got it. You know, he does this thing before he goes into the comments and reads, see shit, and I guarantee that's where he got the question.
Do you think he comments?
Yes, absolutely he comments.
Who does that?
Yeah. No.
That was good.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've told you I've wandered, dabbled into so like I've said before, like memes and internet comments are my favorite things.
Oh, yeah,
so every once in a while I'll dabble down into the porn comments just to see because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And did I ever tell you about the one that I came across? And maybe I wasn't actually in the comments. Maybe I just saw like a meme of it, and it was from like Pornhub, like their comment section, and it says somebody said, "Hey, I'm in a bind. I said I would make this like lasagna recipe, and I don't know how to make lasagna. Or does anybody have like a good lasagna recipe?" And somebody like listed out step by step how to make like a lasagna.
You told me this.
Yeah, and it was like I don't think the odds of me stumbling upon that myself is pretty. So I bet it was just somebody like had posted it like on a website or whatever, or on like an Instagram feed or something. Like shit, like to come across that. So every once in a while, because of that, maybe that's probably why I dabble. But no, Chubbs goes in there for like the comments, and like he comments like I liked it, but like she could have been angled more at a 45-degry angle, like giving him tips and shit.
Like the lighting was off a little bit, right? A little backlight there and shadows. He's sick. Fuck. I expect that kind of shit out of Spencer. I thought Chubbs was better than that.
Yeah, no, apparently not. But great, dude. That was fucking phenomenal. So thank God we got that warm up question.
Yeah, thanks, Melanie. Also, anybody who obviously that one Chubbs isn't going to answer, but definitely let us know about what comments.
Yeah.
And then Melanie, let us know what name you would, if you could change your name, who would it be? All right. This one is from Rob Long.
Oh shit.
And it's pretty long, so I'll read it at least twice. Looks like it's multiple questions. Who is the hottest woman on the planet to you? And if you had a week of no holds barred sex and mischief with her, but you would die a week later, would you do it? Real quick, shouts out to Long.
Yeah.
He's right about to be on a deployment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's going to be gone for a while.
Yeah, good luck. Keep your head down, prick.
Keep your ass down, too.
Read it again, one more time.
Who is the hottest woman on the planet to you? And if you had a week of no-holds-barred sex and mischief with her, but you would die a week later, would you do it?
Well, I can tell you that I wouldn't do the sex if I died a week later. Only obviously because my son, hopefully he wants / needs his dad.
Yeah.
But to break before we do that, we never told peeps what was on YouTube in the background.
Correct.
So it's Steel Panther music videos. If you guys have never looked up Steel Panther, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about them on the podcast before, but they're like an 80s band.
Yes.
That I don't think have they been around since the 80s?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they just not recently, but I mean they've been around for a while, but they look like they are out of the 80s, but they sing like hilarious, funny songs in
metal.
80s
It's
style.
metal.
Like,
it's 80s style metal.
Yeah.
They're good. They're funny.
They're
They got
absolutely
talent.
phenomenal.
Their videos got a ton of hot chicks in it. But their music is great. They were just in my city maybe a month or two ago, and I heard about them maybe 10 years ago, and they were starting to get bigger, and they're awesome. So they were always playing in LA and Vegas, and I'm like, if they ever come to my city, I'm definitely going to go. And then stuff was going on. I ended up not going, but if they've been here once, they'll come back.
Yeah.
That would be a great show to
Yeah,
go to.
absolutely. So that's what we're watching. But to get back to the question, I just couldn't, knowing my son. So that's there. The hottest chick.
The hottest woman on the planet.
The hottest woman on the planet. Oh, I could do the layup and say like my wife. But I mean that's
boring.
That's the mother of my child taking in the beauty. Obviously, I'm not gonna say that because I'm a degenerate. So, dude, it's hard. There's so, and I go on different kicks. Like actually, we were kind of talking about this morning. My first crush ever, when coming up as an adolescent boy, was Britney Spears. I love Britney Spears.
Okay.
She's just a couple years older than me. So growing up.
Sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
go
cut you
ahead.
off. How do you feel about Britney now?
I think it's awesome. Like, the older I get, I understand why she freaked out when she was 27.
Yeah.
And, she was in the Mickey Mouse Club. She's been in the spotlight her entire life. I can't imagine, doing that. So I think she's still hot. Like, I still think she's a little crazy.
Maybe.
Like, and stuff like that. But
having a childhood like that, never
Right.
able to, she was always all under pressure, and yeah, she probably never really got to enjoy herself.
right.
I it sounds so gay. I love Britney Spears. So here's the thing: I really was never a fan of Britney Spears. That's not my music genre.
Right.
And
I grew up with it, so yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I still hear some of her music. I'm like, fuck yes.
but and then she had the meltdown publicly, and everybody was like, "Ha."
Right.
You dummy.
I fucking hate when people do that to people. Like, she's like
she shaved her head, and she was
Yeah.
walking around in gas station bathrooms barefoot, and paparazzi went nuts. And then she was with that dude, that weird dude.
K-Fed?
K-Fed, yeah. So yeah, that went down. And then what I love is everybody loves a good comeback story.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Brittany came back, man. I remember
back,
seeing her.
bitch.
Brittany's back, yeah. She did the song with Puff and Will I Am and Brittany Bitch.
Yeah, like Lil Wayne and
Lil Weezy.
Waka Flocka.
That was a good song. And then
Yeah.
now, last I saw, she was on like Good Morning America or something. We were watching at work, and she's got a deal in Vegas. And
she's got a, what the fuck's that called when you're there? It's just like Celine Dion. They have
I can't remember the name.
yeah,
of it,
I can't think of the term, but
and she
residency or something
like that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, dude. And yeah, she's doing it. She's back. Yeah, like she might be a little bit crazy, but good for her making a comeback.
Yeah,
she could have just got fat and moved to Alabama.
Yeah, she probably has enough money from when she was 16,
Right.
So absolutely. But yeah, the fact that she's out there still putting on concerts, crushing it, that's awesome. So
shouts out Brittany.
Yeah, mad respect to her. So she was definitely my first one, and then for a long time, and I'm kind of getting back into her is like Jessica Biel. Like I've always loved Jessica. I never watched like Seventh Heaven or anything, but I don't know like what I saw, like how I remember like hearing of Jessica Biel or seeing her. I mean, I'm just some movies and shit. I just don't specifically remember. I just remember really liking her. And then, like I was telling you earlier, The Sinner, I did watch that. And that was a USA mini-part series where her and Bill Pullman are like the main characters in the show, and it's absolutely fantastic. So it's probably the best thing she's ever done, and it's great. She's hot, and plus my man crush is JT, and the fact that she's married to JT, that's she's pretty hot. JT. Everybody knows I have a thing for Anna Kendrick. I love her. Like, she's phenomenal. I mentioned her earlier, but Surrenda Swan, she's fucking got a huge crush on her. So it's just so hard to say. But then you look at somebody who's like ages well, like J-Lo. How could you not, be in love with J-Lo? It's just fucking. I don't think I can pick one. And then that is like, I'll be driving home today and I'll be like, I'll probably text you when I get home. Be like, I didn't even say her. Like, I've loved her since the beginning. So it's hard, but I definitely wouldn't have like, and that it'd be crazy to have that, to know that person, be in love with that person for so long. At least on that level, like I find them attractive and shit. And what was it like? You get a week, or you die a week later, but you get to have sex with them for one whole night, or
you have a week of no holds barred sex. I don't even know what that means, Long.
I think probably just whatever you want to do, whatever she wants to do.
That sounds like rape, bud.
Yeah.
No holds barred sex and mischief with her.
Okay, but then you die a week later. I couldn't do it because obviously I wouldn't, with my son and shit. But and plus I love life. I don't want to, so.
Nothing's a week of anything is not worth.
I know we talked about like Eddie Murphy Raw a couple podcasts ago and stuff, and his bit about Johnny Carson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Half.
Right. So I want the half, Eddie.
That bush bitch. I'm going to Africa to find me a bush bitch.
Yeah, and he goes in there, but his bit, he explains it. There's no pussy worth, even if it shot out sparks and stuff.
Right.
So it's not, to me, there's no pussy worth. Like you can have sex now and you die a week later, if I can never have sex again, I probably definitely would have sex.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for that, just like with one person that I die, it's just not worth it in my opinion. So.
Yeah, agreed, man.
And then, maybe it's because I'm not 21 anymore. If I was 21, as a 21-year-old Pagnasty, then hell yeah. But, so, yeah, that's where I am. But I couldn't. I mean, those are probably, like, my crushes as, I'm going through. And now I'm, like, I'm getting a little bit older. I like a lot of, like, the older chicks. Like, people maybe, that I have aged through. And, I've always liked Blake Lively. I mean, she's not an older chick. That's just another person. But, again, I love Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. So, they're married. So, maybe it's just more of, like, a power couple. Like, I'm just so in love with the guy. Like, that. I just, like, oh, yeah, that's definitely the same chick.
So, if the question was, who was the hottest man on the planet to you, and then the second question is the same, would that?
Oh, yeah, that definitely changes it. It would be Ryan Reynolds or Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
And then you definitely have the sex and then die a week because it'd be worth it. It'd be worth it at that point. I still think I'd go with Justin Timberlake because he could do everything great. Not that Ryan Reynolds can, but this guy can sing, he can dance, everything. He can act.
Golf,
so
sports.
he throws down in the sack probably great as well. Yeah. So, and then he's been with Britney, he's been with Jessica Biel, so I could be like, by osmosis. That's not even the right word, but yeah. So yes, JT, yes, die.
Nice, man. Great answer. Solid
answer. We haven't even gotten to your chicks
So I was trying to listen to you. I was thinking a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, hottest chick. I have to talk through it to try to nail one down. Hey-oh.
Right.
But we were just talking about Alexandra Daddario. I think she's hot as fuck. I'll throw Ashley Graham out there just because I love her on the gram. The chick who is a Gal Gadot, she was on SNL last night. I happened to see it walking past when I was using the latrine. The chick was it Superwoman, Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Yeah,
I want to say she's Israeli.
She's hot as fuck.
She might be the hot. I'm gonna say,
dude, that's a good pick, man. She might be there.
She might be the hottest chick on the planet to me right now. She's absolutely gorgeous. So I'll say her, and absolutely I would not take that week and then die a week later. That's muy estupido.
Right.
But no, great question. Long, we want to know your answer for sure.
I'm almost trying to think who I would like pick for him, but he like loves some pretty you can like Charlize Theron. She's still fucking hot as shit. I'm still trying to think of people.
Sofia Vergara.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
I'm with you.
Halle Berry still holds it down like a motherfucker.
We were just talking about Halle.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of that. As soon as like later on during the day, I'll be washing dishes or something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
don't tell me you wouldn't skip a chance to go at Nicki Minaj. But the thing is, like with Nicki Minaj, you don't fuck her, she fucks you.
Absolutely.
I believe that 100%.
That.
Like,
hottest man on the planet, man. I don't know. I like your pick, and I'm not gonna steal your pick, Justin Timberlake, because he's so talented at everything. Man.
Right.
He's awesome, and he seems like a really good dude. Yeah, man.
But I mean, you could go if you want to feel like, I was thinking about this too. Like if you wanted just to feel like be the lover, or like you always go to The Rock. You just take care of me.
See, and I can't. I mean? I got to go the other way. So
right.
Like if I'm just picking hot, I'll pick somebody hot. But if it's sex, like I have to go. Like I'm gonna go the most feminine man I could find. Which off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. It's
Richard Simmons.
Right. It's gonna be a petite, girly man. It's definitely not gonna be a big burly guy that I have to bang, or get banged by. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be
and those are like, I mean, we're talking about famous people. Now, if you want to go I wouldn't say D-list, but like internet famous people, like they're different. Like there's a lot of like hot chicks out there. Like I think Justine, I don't know if you know who she is, but like So I've been on, watching YouTube since like 06. So like a lot of these people I know, but like Justine, she's pretty hot, I feel, and she's like a little quirky. So I love that. Like Amy Marie Gardner, she was big on Vine, but she's like kind of big on Instagram and stuff. Now I've been following her, and she's she's younger. She's I think probably mid-20s, but she could fucking dance. I mean, she could pop. And I think I've showed you some of her videos. Like she's hot as shit. Okay. So it's like the thing is like she has a really good genuine personality. Like I follow her on Twitter and Snapchat. She's always like smile at somebody today. So that plays into it. Like I feel like I know them on a more personal level because I've been watching them. So those two as far as that, and then I don't know if you know who Lily Sings is. She's she goes by Superwoman on YouTube. Okay. She's Indian, like Indian, and she's sexy as funny as fuck. Okay. She's done some stuff like with The Rock as well, but I think those would be my top 3 like internet females that I can think of off the top of my head.
Do you follow Brittany Furlong?
I know of her, but I don't follow her. But I do know her from Vine. And she was pretty big on Vine when it was up and going and shit like that.
Yeah, she's funny as shit. And now she's on like some TV shows and stuff. And the only thing I don't like, which I don't know why it bothers me, is she's dating. She's beautiful. She's cool because she's hilarious. Right. But at the same time, she's gorgeous. Right. She's model hot, but she likes like poop comedy and shit we would laugh at. So that's pretty unique. The only thing that like now I'm kind of turned off is she's dating Tommy Lee, the old drummer from Motley Crue. Oh, really? Yeah. So, and it's weird. Like you see pictures of them on the gram, and it's just like, what the fuck are you?
That is weird.
Yeah. He's like 60 years old. She's by 30.
Get that Motley Crue money, son.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe she's but I'm like,
she doesn't need it though. She's a millionaire, I'm sure.
You're way too fucking successful to be a trophy wife. Right. So I don't get that. But and she tweets, I follow her on Twitter. Yeah. She's happy.
She's good. And then you got somebody like Jenna Marbles, who's fucking genius. Yep. I mean, she's smart, like she's hot and shit too. And then Jessica Negri, she's the cosplayer. Yeah, the cosplayer. Like, she's hot as fuck too. Oh, so and she's like that weird, like, quirky, funny, like she'll do videos and be like stick her like chin out, like I'm just stupid, like funny stuff like that.
And I know you're talking about the internet, but another person that seems super funny but it's hot at the same time, Olivia Munn.
Oh yeah, right? Absolutely. Yeah, she dropped Aaron Rodgers. See you, bitch.
And that's funny because, like, to me, and I didn't even say for me, but I still it's in my head. I can't not do it. You son of a bitch.
Hey, it's Bill Burr, man.
For me, that's funny because Olivia Munn is one of the hottest people on the planet. Yes. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers, if he wasn't an NFL quarterback, he would date somebody who works at like UPS. You know what I mean? He would just be dating a normal chick. But since he's an NFL quarterback, he can date whoever he wants. So he's dating the hottest chicks on the planet. But Aaron Rodgers is probably a 3. Yeah, he's dating a 10. But fuck, if you're an NFL quarterback, you're like a rock star. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean NFL quarterback, and especially a legit like prime time Super Bowl winner,
probably Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, I mean he's climbing up the charts. I mean that's easily for him. Whatever number he is, add like 9 on, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just from that, which is, I mean, he's a good looking dude, like for sure. I mean, he's not like super like hot, but I think he's a decent looking dude. But for him to pull Olivia Munn, like
no fucking way.
no fucking way.
Yeah, there's zero chance if he wasn't. If he
that'd be like me, a quarterback pulling Olivia Munn. Like with these, it'd be like, this doesn't even make sense.
Right.
One, like he's 5'8". 245. How's he a quarterback? He can't run.
You can't see over the line.
Right, yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but no, great question. I like that. So
yeah, hit us up. Let us know your answer. Yeah, I trying to pick somebody for him. That's tough, man.
Right.
He's a boob guy. It's got to be somebody with.
But he is a Modern Family fan, so for sure he's a boob guy. So
Sofia Vergara.
Would be right up that. Yeah. Would be right up that alley for sure. So.
Yeah, dude.
Was that you?
That was me.
Okay.
You're up. So where are we at?
We just right at an hour. So I think maybe we do. I do one more question. You do one more question. We could call it because I got to get on the road, unfortunately, and shit. So, and then we could save like these questions. We'll have them for a while.
We do hot ones, dude. I'm excited about that sauce.
Yeah. I checked today, or this morning when I got up. It still hasn't been shipped. Which again, it may not ship till November or whatever. But which is going to be my guess. So I'm sure a lot of people here. So, this is legit. It's from Camus.
Okay.
So shouts out Cam.
Shouts out.
It says when people ask you for help, what are they usually wanting help with? Like, what are your best known skills? So if somebody asks you for help, what do they want your help with? That's a pretty legitimate question.
That's a great question.
Nothing. I mean, I have one that comes to mind.
Okay.
A lot of it, and it has nothing to do with my skills,
right.
and which I've touched on this before, but what I think is funny is because I have, I would say I have a lot of tattoos, but I have I have a full leg sleeve, and it's really detailed and stuff. So usually when people have questions about tattoos, and it's usually I'm not the first person that they'll hit up or whatever, but if we're talking about it or they see me, I've been thinking about a tattoo, like, what do you think about this? And I'm not an artist in any sense of the word whatsoever, whether it comes to music, drawing, anything. I can't do any of that shit. But I always think it's funny because I got a detailed one of my dad on my arm and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they ask, and I think maybe it's like how I budget it because how much does that cost? How did you budget that? Like I'm thinking about doing something big. I don't know where to start. So I would say the start of it. I get that a lot, and only because of the experience of the tattoos that I have, and I wear shorts a lot, and obviously it's noticeable, and it's a great tattoo.
I love it.
Shouts out Justin McIntyre. I think currently now he's working at Tried and True Tattoo in Lincoln, Nebraska. So if anybody wants to, look him up. He's only gotten better since he's done my stuff. He's on Instagram. I don't remember his Instagram name, but yeah, look him up, and he's fucking phenomenal. He's done all my tattoos except for the one, just the names on my feet. But so I would say I get that one a lot again because of experience. Other than that, I mean, some life questions maybe, just what would you do in this case? But again, it's situational. They don't come directly to me if we just happen to be, just BSing. But a lot of that maybe when I was younger. Now that most of my friends may have families and shit, they don't, Or hey, can you come help me move?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. For me, that's the first thing that came to mind. Is since I got a truck, they're like, "Hey, man, can you help me move?" Fuck. No, I hate moving. Don't ask me. No, I will help you. People help me when I've moved, and I'll help. For me, I think. For me, I get a lot of I get medical questions.
Yeah.
Just because of my line of work, or fire related questions like fire hazard stuff, or but yeah,
which is good. I bet you probably love that. I would guess
paramedic stuff. I got this knee hurts. What do I do? Like, if I can ice it, elevate it, or whatever.
Right.
Or should I get checked out for this or whatever? A lot of medical, and I deal with emergency medicine. So if you have a sprained elbow, I'm like, that's not, just fucking put ice on it. It's okay. We don't do nurse stuff. We're not wrapping up sore elbows. We're treating people who their elbows going the other way, and then we'll splint it and check for circulation. But anyway, no, I'm more than happy to help with medical stuff if I don't know, because my doctor, my lawyer, everything is either Nasty and Friends podcast or Google is what I use.
Right.
But no, if I don't know, I'll let them know. But I'll give my opinions on that. People ask me about a lot about military stuff, a lot about weapons. But yeah, they'll ask, since I've been in the Army a long time.
Right.
They'll be like, hey, my son is thinking about joining. What do you think about your Air Force versus Army versus Reserve versus active duty? Those kind of questions. I really like those questions. Or even young people ask me, questions about that. Or hey, I'm going into the Army. What job should I do? And I love talking about that. That's a big deal. Those are big questions. Do you want to? How long are you going to be in? What are you looking for? A lot of young guys like myself, I want to go airborne infantry. I want to go ranger.
Right.
I want to fuck some shit up. And I tell them the good things about that, how that really instills discipline like no other job would do, how it tests you. And I tell them the other side of that is it's dangerous. It's violent. You could die.
Yeah, and you're great about doing that, like giving both sides.
Both sides.
And the thing is, I feel like at least when it comes to military, most people who've been in the Army, it's not what they thought it was. And a lot of people come out sour.
Right.
Like, I'm glad I did it 100%. I wouldn't have changed it, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I think a lot of people are like that. And I know you've had your ups and downs with the Army, and we don't have to get into that. But you're great about, it's still a great thing.
Right.
In the end, it is definitely. If anybody wants to do it, yeah, for sure, 100%. But yeah, just saying both sides, and you always take it to the job. You're like, no, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to do it about being a ranger, these are the specifics of it. Or if you want to, go. Jesus Christ! I remember my first time fucking with the TV.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, and not only, and then I'll tell them, the other side, you have to get out of the Army what you want.
Right.
Don't make it work for you. If think about the long game, think about getting a skill that you could use when you get out. Because I think a lot of people like myself, fuck, 20 years is easy. Yeah. Fucking bang out 20 years, I'll get another job. Once you get in there, you're like, this is not like a normal job. This is all the time. This is living in the woods for 30 days and swamps, and then that's without deployments.
Some people love that shit. There's nothing wrong. And you need people to love that job to do it well.
And when you're young, that's... Fuck, why wouldn't you want to be jumping out of helicopters and shooting machine guns and
absolutely.
Shit? But then after that, when you start thinking about family and a wife and living a normal life and not just being in the military, and some people are like 4 years is enough, So then after that, if you do become a grunt, or then you get out, you're like, well, fuck, I know how to shoot guns and climb ropes and set up grenades, or set up grenades.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rig explosives, whatever. There's not a lot of jobs on the civilian side that helps you.
Right.
You could be and then everybody's like, well, fuck, I'll just be a SWAT guy. There's not a lot of fucking positions for a SWAT guy. Right. You got to start as a police department, and fuck, that's a rough go right there. So do for anybody who listening that has questions, or they have kids, or if you're interested, whatever, look at the long game. The Army has almost every job that we have in the civilian world, from food service to mechanics to lawyers to dentists,
firefighters,
police. Yeah. Get a skill that you could use, whether you stay 4 years or do 20 years, something that you could do when you get out, not just pulling triggers, which is like, fuck it, for a kid, you're like, I'm joining the Army to shoot triggers. I don't want to join the Army to be a mechanic.
Right.
But to be a mechanic or to be a fireman, you have to go to school. So you could go to school for 4 years, or go to trade school for 2 years and pay for it, or you could let the military pay you to do it, pay you well, train you well, and then you're a veteran, you have that. But that's a lot of people have questions about that. I'll talk about that all day, especially if it's somebody who's serious, because that's a big decision.
Yeah.
And don't listen to a recruiter. Most recruiters don't give a shit. It's a quota.
We talked about this before, but I've got lucky. I had a legitimate, because I was on the fence about going, and then out of the blue, one day I was like, yep, let's do it. Yeah. And the recruiter, he called my cousin, because I found the recruiter through my cousin. He's like, hey, he's like, Pags wasn't gonna do it. Then all of a sudden, is there anything that happened? Why is he doing it? So I had the small percentage of having a fantastic recruiter.
Good.
So, and he made sure it was something that I wanted to do. And yeah, of course, he still wants the numbers, and he gets the numbers and puts in. But the fact that he questioned why I just all of a sudden, came back to it, I lucked out.
That's awesome.
And you hear the stories of where when we were at MEPS, they said that there was a recruiter that got somebody to go to MEPS and sign up who was legally blind.
Okay.
I'm sure they weren't all blackout, but yeah, they can't get into the service legally blind.
No.
But there's recruiters who do that shit. They don't give a fuck. Yep. They just want to bump up their numbers.
Right.
So.
Yeah, which is scary and sad, but that's what they do. That's their job. So always ask people who've been there. who have experience in it, who could help you at least guide you in the right way. So yeah, for me, I get a lot of questions about military stuff, fire, medical. I'll tell you what I don't get asked is any mechanical questions.
No.
My engine's running funny. What do you think it would be? No fucking idea.
No.
I have zero.
Yeah, me too.
As far as working on vehicles and shit like that, and I wish I could for sure do tune-ups and whatever, I
could change my oil and I could change a tire. I could do that
the
shit,
basics.
but I don't. I could change that, but I always take it because I just don't have the time to do it. And if he's gonna keep costing the way it's costing, I might end up just having to. But then you got to find a place to take the oil and shit. Where
it's just easier to go there. 30 minutes later, you get your vehicle back and it's good to go. So, yeah, man, Camus, that's a great question.
That's fucking phenomenal.
I'll have to ask her.
And of course, I figured, that you would get, since this is a cooking show, that you would get a lot of food questions.
You know what? That kind of slipped out of my mind. Yeah, I do get questions about food, and
because I know you and I talk about, and when we say this food show, we talk about food, not even on the podcast.
Right.
Like we'll text
all the time.
You guys had anything? Do you have a recipe for this and shit? So absolutely.
Dude. So yeah, I love to talk about, I love to talk about food. I get hit up because I forgot about this. I for the Inferno newspaper, which is for our local union firefighters, me and the crew from work, we do a food critic deal where it used to be about twice a month we would go to a family-owned place, not any chain restaurants. We went to one on accident, the Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
Right.
That ended up being a chain. It's in 6 places. Not a big deal. It was good. It was the only one around here. But we've been to tons of different restaurants. So I've had multiple people text me, hey man, I'm in Midtown. What's a good place to eat? I should take my wife to. And I'm boom, go to Spezia. It's right there. It's Italian steakhouse. What part of town are you in, or whatever? I get asked about other cities.
Right.
Hey, I'm in Lincoln. I'm down in the Haymarket. Where's a good place to eat? And I said, boom, go to Lead Belly's.
Right.
It's funny because I do get asked about food, and I get asked, where should I eat? Hey, I'm in Old Town. Shit. What are you in the mood for? I know I've been to every restaurant down there. So yeah, I love that, and I love talking about recipes, food. It's earlier we were talking about how to just small talk and bullshit like that. There's this football. If you you say you're at a birthday party for kids, which is the worst predicament you could be in on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's people you don't really know. Yeah, you can talk. What do you think about the Husker football? And then everybody's just ugh,
yeah,
fucking awful. But I love Netflix. Always, what do you guys watch on Netflix? Because everybody has Netflix now, and everybody has, that's something to talk about. And then there's always food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Restaurants. Where do you guys go eat? And then that's something that everybody has in common. Where not everybody has Netflix. Not everybody watches football, which those people.
Right.
Fucking crazy. But everybody eats and everybody enjoys food. Unless you're at a party with vegans or some shit like that, then you'd leave. You grab your kid. Yeah. You might leave your kid. You leave. You guys don't eat meat.
It's already bad that you're already at the party and then you run into those vegans.
No, there's no meat here. This is a vegetarian party, sir. Or
Jesus. Man. Honey, get your purse.
Get your purse. We're leaving. This is bullshit.
Grab the kid. I gotta walk before I start swinging. Definitely. Well, let's take her home. You take one more question. We'll knock her out, and then.
Camus, thanks again. That was
absolutely
fantastic. All right, this is from Danielle. This is a good question. What's the best trait or habit you got from one of your parents? What is the best trait or habit you got from one of your parents?
I would say for me, my I'm just like my mom when it comes to personality. I could talk to anybody.
Okay.
I tend to make friends anywhere I go.
Yeah.
I can have a conversation about anything. I don't know a lot about anything. There's very few stuff that I know a lot about that I can get into a deep conversation with people. Okay. And it's usually shit that people don't want to talk about or so comedy, deep dive, into comedy or YouTube, or, just shit like that. Other than that, I just, like I said, I don't know a lot, but I can fake it, fake it till I make it, and I try to make it entertaining. So I would say be able to relate, try to be the life of the party, I feel, and I get that from my mom. So for me, that would be the best quality that I have. I don't know a stranger, that type of thing. Yeah. So.
I just want to say shouts out to Mama Pagnasty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I shut her on the last episode or not, but shouts out again. I got to spend the day with her the day of the eclipse back in August, and hung out with Mama Pagnasty, hung out with the Beemans. Fantastic day.
Yeah.
A day we'll all remember because it was the total eclipse, and the family was there. The kids will remember that, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Shouts out Mama Pagnasty. You guys both have that personality where you're outgoing, easy to talk to, lovable, huggable. Just great people, man.
Just enough crazy.
just enough crazy.
What about you?
Me, I was trying to think about it. I would say, like my mom, she's got a work ethic it's too much. I probably don't have that as much as she does, but she like just works.
Yeah.
And I'm like that. I don't like to take breaks. If it's something I'm doing, I want to do it. I mean, I want to just let's work. Let's fucking get it done.
Right.
Let's not take a break.
Yeah, because that's how you would always do training. When we trained for the 245th, you'd be like, let's get in, get out.
Let's do it.
Like you work, party harder. Like that type of stuff. So
let's get it in.
So I would definitly say you got a great work ethic.
Yeah, let's not fuck around. Let's make the best out of the time we have. Let's do this, and let's really work. And then after that, you work hard, you play hard, and I would for me I would definitely say work ethic, and for my mom.
Fuck yeah, absolutely, man. Well, it's been a fucking great Sunday morning. Is there anything else that you have before we wrap up here so we can get her out?
No, sir.
All right.
I think that was a blast, dude. We could easily keep going. I know you got to hit the road. It's Sunday. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. So
yeah, absolutely. I love the Sunday morning podcast, man. It's one of my favorite ones. Just like wind down, it's nice, chill, relax. So it's absolutely great. So as far as shouts out and fuck yous, definitely shouts out to Long. Good luck, man.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about you every day, buddy. Hoping that everything goes well and you just get over there, kick ass, and get back home to your wife and your dog. Start making some little babies. Another shouts out is Chubbs. That fucking question is goddamn. Put us in a corner. Second question in. I love it. Wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, we were in deep water.
Yeah, absolutely. Shouts out to everybody who's sending questions.
Yes.
That we love it. It's one of our fucking favorite things to do. I can't wait till we go, run the gauntlet with the wings.
God, yes.
The only other, I don't really have any fuck yous. Fuck yous to Kim Jong-un, you fuck. You get your shit right. I don't think he wants to start a war. Hopefully not. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just fuck him. He's an idiot. That's the only one.
Well done, sir. So I have, my only fuck yous is the Chubb. Because, and that's also a shout out just because, man, great question, man. Had us in deep water. My shouts out Britney Spears, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Everybody loves a good comeback story. Again, shouts out to Long. Shouts out to Tarzan. He just came back from the deployment. Our buddy Long is on his way out to a deployment.
Yeah, and Harris, Harris just
the
came
same
back. Unit. Yeah,
and Harris has not been on the show. He just got back in town. He had stuff to do, so we didn't get him on this weekend. Soon we will have our main man, original 245 OG. We will have Harris on. Shouts out to him as well. He came back. Shouts out to Camus for helping out all fucking weekend.
Yeah, making the nachos last night. God damn.
Yeah, making the fucking pork nachos. God damn, everything. It's everything. It's all love. Shouts out to Mama P. Yeah. And that's it. Shouts out to everybody who follows us, who sends in questions, who supports us, and man, it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Nasty and Friends. Keep sending in questions. nastyandfriends@gmail.com. Whether you want advice about, job advice, like sex advice. Let us know if you guys tried the masturbation with the Vaseline. We want to know how it went for you.
Yes.
Anything that you guys want to know in life, let us know. We will give you an answer. You will get an answer, absolutely, for sure.
I'm surprised we don't get hit up for more sex questions. Sex advice.
I really am too.
Sex moves. We don't never get that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Vaseline story may put us on the map.
That might put us on the map.
People may want to know more stuff.
Because remember that old broad who gave us sex advice? She was like doctor something. She was old, man. Remember that?
Like Susan.
I don't remember her name.
I know who you're talking about.
She was curly haired. I think she had a German
glasses.
accent.
Yeah, she was old. She would review toys. I can't think of her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
We should take over for her. She's probably dead.
Yeah, probably.
You guys got sex questions? Need sex advice? Tips? You want us to take a look at something? Send in videos.
Tips. I thought you said tits.
Hit us up. We're there for you. We're experts. We've been having sex for years.
I love it. Just stop at that. That's fucking fucking beautiful. All right, guys. Remember, life is simple. Don't be a dick. Night, sluts.
Motherfucker, yeah.